Hey, my name is Tia Rose, and this is going to be the beginning of an entire journey for me. I have tried doing YouTube before. I've tried doing my own podcast, and it just never really felt right. I never felt like things were falling into place. I really love expressing myself. I vibrantly express myself through my own emotions. To do so just felt inauthentic in a way that I was diminishing my own value. So now I'm gonna try it again from a whole another point of me. The last 2 years or so, I've had 6 people, I think, now tell me that I should write a book, that I should write a book about my own life, because they want to hear me tell my story through my perspective. To be honest, I really want to share my perspective with everybody. I don't know about writing my own life story, a lot of which I've forgotten just because I don't see it as relevant anymore. I mostly live by relevance these days, which is in the moment. And as I go about, I really, really just enjoy admiring what's happening around me. Just living and experiencing what's going on within me, with around me, and for me. Because it really is all for me. So I just wanted to be able to introduce myself. I wanted to explain why I'm going to start this channel, which is basically just to let me be me and do it in a way where I can share myself with all of you. It is nerve-wracking, kind of. I guess I've started this so many times now that I'm just like, well, it's about time. Because I knew this was coming, I knew this is what I was going to do, but I had to be in a place to authentically share every part of me. And I didn't feel in a place where I accepted myself wholly, so I couldn't share every part of me. Now, with my own perspective, I'm so used to being there, being that extra person for everyone else, that it made a difference in showing up for myself. I felt very devalued through my own eyes, and I have most of my own life, to be honest. I was showing up for other people more than I was showing up for myself, and most of us can relate for sure. From a young age, I was told often that I'm too much. I'm too this or too that. I express my feelings so boldly, so authentically, and I will probably cry many times on these videos, that I could go from absolute happy, joyful tears to being triggered by something and start yelling out of anger. But it would be over in less than 2 minutes because I had the opportunity, because I expressed myself, not that I had the opportunity. I had felt growing up, the opportunity was taken away. As long as I was able to express myself, I would do so freely, so passionately, and I would be done within a few minutes, and I would basically be reset. Reset in freedom. And as you grow up and people tell you not to do that, don't do that, don't be that way, then you start conforming to everybody else. And when you start developing who you want to be and who you think you are, you're doing so by the guidelines of other people, and you forget who you are. So the last 10 years of my life, and I am 30, I have been on a journey to discover who I am. When I was in high school, I met somebody who was so authentically themselves. I was so drawn to this person, and I'm like, you have what I'm missing. And I forgot that it really is just your authenticity, just expressing who you were, who you are. At that point in my life, I was so very numb. And then it happened again. After high school, I had met someone. We had a kid. Never felt right to get married. And then it got pretty sour most of the time that we were together. And I left, and I took my daughter and pulled together every piece of me that I could. And still hoping for the best, still relying on happiness and joy and divine guidance. I met someone again who did exactly the same thing, showed me what I was missing in myself. And this is the perfect example of people coming into your life at the right time for you to be that genuine mirror for yourself. You live in your own reality. You live in the world that is authentically yours, because that's how you perceive it. You can't see through somebody else's eyes, though we try. And that's how we try to understand everybody. And that's so gratifying in itself. In fact, that's a challenge that most people don't even want to try to step into. They don't want to put on other people's shoes just for the sake of seeing their lives. So if you do that, well, congratulations and thank you. These days, it's more of a challenge to want to see yourself. Very rarely do people want to accept what is in front of them for the sake of learning what it is they do and do not want in their own lives. You attract people who are there to show you exactly what you do and do not want in your own life, and how you do and do not want to see what it is you see. At some point, you'll understand that every reflection you come across is most definitely for you, for the best part of you, and it will always, always be there to show you exactly what it is that you need to see. So even if it ends up creating a whole new worst enemy, okay, nobody's ever an enemy. They're just a reflection, a mirror of what it is that you're avoiding or you don't want to see, or something that you're missing, and it's triggering you in a way. And as it triggers you, you're just going to sit there and honestly probably beat up yourself for a little while, and then you're going to pick and prod and eventually just realize one day, at one moment, you give up. Then the floodgates happen. When you stop caring and worrying about everything that's going on around you, you let yourself just be, and you express yourself, and then the dots connect. And everything just seems like you're right on track again. And that's the beauty of it. So every other person is really a train trying to steer you off the tracks. And as you are your own track, it's your job to figure out why this train is starting to veer off the tracks. That is you living your life. And you'll manage to do so greatly, because you'll choose to verify yourself, to verify that you want to be on track. You want to be living this life that is yours. It's going to be hard every step of the way. It's supposed to. The things that challenge you makes you better. Otherwise, life would be too damn easy. Who would want that? At this point, it's really just choosing you, expressing you, and stepping into your own light. There are over 8 billion people on this earthly planet. And you, my dear, you are one of a kind. Enjoy that. Relish that. Be that. You don't have to be anyone else. Enjoy being who you are. And if you are one of those people who in fact enjoy wearing all these masks, then do that. Every piece of you is a piece of who you are. It's okay to hide behind a mask, because in ways it still helps you figure out what it is and who it is you want to be. But eventually you'll figure that out, and it's time to take that mask off. You might put on another one, that's okay. It's going to do the same thing. And then you'll just figure out all these hundreds of masks was a puzzle piece of the complete version of who you are, and authentically, you'll become a full puzzle and such a divine beauty. And that is you. Enjoy it. Be you. Don't let anybody else tear you apart, veer you off track, or dim your light. Because honestly, that's them trying to figure out why you are their mirror. And if they don't like it, then they're also struggling with their own train veering off tracks. It works both ways, and it works for every individual. But as you being your 1 in 8 billion, so are they. So cut everybody some slack. Breathe and relish in the one and only you.